What up? And welcome to Daytime Talk After Dark. My name is Al Jackson, but that is unimportant. What is important is that I am joined by arguably the three closest women besides my girlfriend in my life.
Whoa.
Yeah, you three.
Well, and Dr. Jackie.
And of course, yes, she's in
Oh, yeah,
on her
the
own
mom.
Mount Olympus. But yes, I remember one time I was bringing my girlfriend back from a baseball game, and everybody was at your place, Erica, and I walked in your front door, and you guys were at your island talking, and I was like, oh, all my girls are in this one space. And here they are again. Tori Showman in the building.
Hi, everyone.
You look, Tori, I don't know if I like that you're so glowed up now. This is like a month straight of like you just like fashion game on point. Did
Thank
you hire
you.
a stylist or something?
No, I got a thrift store dress. I appreciate it. And I sewed the button on.
All
Like
right.
like Debbie Homemaker.
All right.
Thank
Debbie
you so
Homemaker.
much. Is that what we say? Betty Homemaker?
Susie?
Susie.
I think
I don't
it's-
even
yeah.
know the
Suze.
freaking
Sign up
name.
for a
Yeah.
trad wife?
Yeah, I'm trying to be trad wife right now.
Yeah.
But I sewed
Keep
the button
going
on.
with that thought. I'll hear you out.
And for all you who are watching, so many of you watched the Young Turks and I Damage Report today, and I want to give a huge shout out because I saw y'all in the chat and it made me feel really, really special. So thank you guys.
Our night owls / colleagues are so dope.
So
and
loyal.
We appreciate the F out of y'all. You know who else I appreciate? This woman over here in this jumper. Is that a jumpsuit? What is that called?
It's a
Yes,
gorgeous
Yeah,
jumpsuit.
I think years of being in DBL and hearing Rent the Runway talk, I know some of the terms. Weirdly, in the UK, they call sweatshirts jumpers.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, it's very weird. But what's not weird is that Erica is here in the building. Again, Erica Kopp, how the hell are you?
I am wonderful. I look like a crazy person. It's going to bring attention to it. For some reason, my schedule has been to go to Angels on Tuesdays. And I can't get off the schedule because now my schedule is like I have to do this at a certain time. So I'm just coming natural glow over here. Hello. My hair was like swept back and now I'm like, I don't know what's happening. So, hey, night owls.
I have a fun, quick Erica story. She so graciously talked to me about, gave me a couple social media tips, and she was like, hit me up tomorrow so we can talk. So I'm like, cool, like I would do for you. She sent me an e-link for
What?
to schedule.
What?
And I was like, and that's not I was just like, that was such a boss move.
Wow.
I was like a 1950s housewife. I was like, oh. It was such a boss move. Like, I've never been so intimidated to call my friend. I was like, is this a good time?
I can go back.
Oh my God, you're so busy.
I
Successful.
sent I sent the calendar invite out because it's the only way that I can keep my stuff organized.
It's working.
It's like there's too many things going on. Like I have 3 podcasts and then I'm running this company and then I have to do like stuff behind the scenes, but I have to do stuff in front of, and the only way that it makes sense is like if I need to meet with someone, then I have to send them a calendar
I
invite.
think that's smart.
And that's just what it is. So I know it sounds very fancy, but
Erica, you could do like a blow through meetings, piss people off. Try it. Erica, we had a great guest last week. Angel came through, got all our skin together. The guest we have this week is somebody that I have probably talked to as much or more than anybody on this planet, except maybe my girlfriend and my kids. Corinne Kaplan is in the building. 2 seasons of Survivor, 1 season of Amazing Race, but a forever season in my heart. My girl. I was listening to clips of us last night just because I wanted to have 1 or 2 to promote your appearance today, Coco, and I just forgot. It sounds how effing funny our podcast was. We did over 200 episodes, and I still miss you. Me and my girl were just like, we miss you.
I know. I have nowhere to put my stories. I think about that all the time. Yeah.
You're on
She's
a
amazing
platform
too.
right now, so we can't wait to get to that. Corinne, anything that you want to share with our audience before we get started? What's going on with you?
Well, I am doing a new podcast. This is the first place I am saying that.
Exclusive.
It is an exclusive.
Tell us.
Yes. So I got together with a friend of mine, Brittany Haynes. She did Big Brother several times. She's a lot more famous than me. We met on The Amazing Race. She just did Traitors. Yeah, and so we decided that
Wait, is she the black woman?
No.
No, I'm the black woman. You know that.
You're like also the black gay woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you incorporate all.
So we got together, we had an idea, and we pitched it, and it bit. So our podcast is going to come out in a few weeks. It's called "Where's My Spinoff?" Because
That's cute. I love
That's
that.
super cute.
we
Co.
both feel very strongly that someone should have offered us a spinoff by now.
Yes.
And we have a lot of shit to talk about. So yeah, it'll be fun, snarky commentary.
And where can we find this?
It'll be everywhere.
Airware. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we will promote the F out of it when it comes out.
And I just want to say, everyone's writing in. We do want to mention that Jeff, of course, posted this beautiful thing to his mother, and
Yes.
she recently passed away. We are giving love and light and surrounding him and our family here at DBL, and wishing him all the best in this really difficult time.
Yes.
I think we should just let that out, be there.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. And before we go any further, before I say let's dive in, I want to shout out Michael Dean, our executive producer. Thank you for getting us together as you do every week. Oh, there's a great picture of
Oh,
you
is that
and
Brittany?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys look
Oh.
like sisters.
We took these shots and then we're picking a logo. So we haven't picked the logo yet. So I gave you that just to.
All right.
You guys
Really?
look good together.
No.
We had to have her stand on an apple crate thing because she's so tiny.
She's
like I
so
tower
tiny.
over her. She's like 5'2". I don't know. She's
Oh my
so
gosh.
little.
I watched her season of Traitors, and like especially when you have like such a big cast like that, and she was always like, just like, fun size.
Yeah. Yeah. Big personality, but little in stature.
Yeah, so cute.
I want to say too that like I have been wanting to come on this show for so long, and I'm always at Erica's house. We live really close to each other, and I'm just like, well, it seems like you didn't have the couch wasn't full. Is there a reason you didn't call me? So I'm really looking to knock it out of the park today.
Yes.
Don't twist our. We will call you all the time.
Yeah,
we will.
Yeah, you were
right
always
down the
welcome.
street, girl. Yes. All right. Well, let's get into it because we're talking about big personalities. Let's talk a little GP. My girl, little Gwyneth Paltrow. Tori, I know she's your favorite.
Oh boy.
You're a yearly subscriber to Goop.
Oh boy. If you guys don't know, that's a lie.
I was gonna say, do you have the vagina candle?
No, I was strongly disliked GP, as she's known on DBL. I was known as the Paltrow hater. Erica has some thoughts on perhaps it's self-hate?
Yeah, well, there's the way that Tori talks about Gwyneth Paltrow.
She's not wrong.
It's indicative of like there's something that Tori sees in her that is in herself that she's like criticizing in this way.
Okay.
And so I just started to notice after years that it was like pervasive in a way that like I hadn't quite seen before. So that's when we started to kind of psychoanalyze
Yeah.
what the problem could
With
be.
Tori.
And that's what we came up with.
Yes.
Well, Erica, something we have never seen before is somebody get caught cheating the way this guy from Astronomer did. It has not died down. It's been about a month. And Gwyneth Paltrow and Ryan Reynolds' production company decided, why don't we get in on the fun? And she released an extremely viral commercial that was funny, very tongue-in-cheek, and I thought a brilliant way to get to associate the cheating scandal, which was famous, with the cheater, with the company, and then finally what the company does, because no one knew. Corinne, do you know what Astronomer does?
Well, I just saw the video, so airwaves.
Those are.
But okay, the main thing that I don't understand why this isn't the first question everyone asks: how could this company afford Gwyneth Paltrow?
And by the way, I did
Please.
find
That's a great
well,
question.
she was paid millions. I
know, but-
looked into
Yeah,
it.
but this was isn't this a billion-dollar
Yeah, it's a big company. It's a big tech company.
I'll find out.
It's not that big. There's 300 people at that company. It's not that big.
Yeah, but I would spend millions. I mean, they have one shot. You got, what is it, M&M? You got one shot. Mom's spaghetti. You got to take
I don't
it.
think
I'm
that's
gonna
in any
give
of the
you-
lyrics.
There's a lot of billion-dollar companies that only have 300 people
I don't know.
or less.
I think the smaller
Are they also in
companies, like when
airwaves? Why am I not dating someone in airwaves?
Erica, they're not in the airwaves business. Nick, do we have sound on this? And if yes, okay.
I don't think we should. if
Yeah.
we play it?
Okay, yeah,
I
let's.
think we
Yeah.
can. If it's commercial, I think it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it is okay. But Nick, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to run it. If not, no worries.
The
but
company
yes,
is valued at $1.3 billion.
so
Yeah.
It
They're
has
like-
300 employees.
I got to be honest, I don't like Gwyneth Paltrow. I loved this.
what'd you love about it?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was
Briefly tell everybody kind of what she was doing, what the angle of the commercial was.
Okay, so she was like introducing what astronomer does, because everybody knows the name astronomer, much like Corinne saying airwaves. We're not 100%. Someone said like data
They
mining.
do business AI,
Yes, that's right. And
not
so
airwaves.
no,
Same.
That
same
sounds like
thing.
an 80s show.
But when you have like one shot to get this right and let everybody know at once, why not use the X of Chris Martin? Why not use the tongue in cheek? Why not do the SNL bit that I've always said, if you're made fun of, go to SNL, make fun of yourself. The whole story changes. It was a brilliant angle, I thought. It was funny. It was right on time. She looks good in it. Astronomer looks good in it. They came out on top on this one. I have to say.
She's answering questions.
Yeah,
everybody
about
has
astronomer.
the company, right? But
Yeah.
she doesn't really answer the questions. She just explains what astronomer.
Yeah,
does.
that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think I have about $100 that says. Oh, are we playing it right now?
No, keep going.
Okay. I have $100 that Ryan Reynolds himself reached out with this idea.
100%.
That this was, I didn't realize that it was Ryan Reynolds' production company, but it makes so much sense. Let me tell you, as someone who owns a production company that is business to business,
Oh, could you afford Gwyneth?
I could not afford.
You have less than
Gwyneth.
300 employees.
I do have less than 300 employees, and I am not valued at $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
One day, one
exactly.
day.
That's next week. Thank you very much. But it is very difficult to get corporations to understand digital media language and why it's important. So to have somebody like Ryan Reynolds to come up, I'm sure he came up with the entire concept and said, this is what you need to do. I would be absolutely like shocked if they came up with this and asked Ryan Reynolds to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Can I
please.
float one idea that has been bothering me? I know this is a controversial take, but why did we fire Andy? He was probably a decent CEO. I am confused as to why.
Because there's a moral clause in his contract.
But,
Yeah,
but,
are
like,
we
I
firing
wouldn't-
CEOs for cheating because
Yeah,
they'd all
'cause,
be
like,
gone?
No, but it looks bad on the company.
No. This is something that I feel very strongly about. It's not the fact that he cheated. It's the fact that he was having an affair with the head of HR.
Well, she
And
should get fired. She's HR.
Well,
She
she
was,
did.
yeah.
But here's the other thing too. It wouldn't. I mean, having an affair with the HR woman, yes, is egregious. But
It's
this
also
should have
super
been
hot.
It should have also been the case, regardless of what employee that he was having an affair with. When you mix business with pleasure in this way, and you are a person who is in charge of other people, their livelihoods, their careers, what happens with their families, then you can't be pooping where you eat, period, point blank. I cannot tell you how many times over the past 25 years I have been in some very rigid situations because somebody decided to open their legs. I'm just saying, it's not okay. It is not okay ever.
Okay, Corinne,
Well,
thoughts?
my point is that I don't know, because I have no idea what the financials of this company look like or what his track record looks like. But let's say that Andy, he's very cute, by the way. Let's say Andy.
Corinne.
I'm interested, Andy. If you're on the
Oh my
market,
God, Corinne.
I have no problems. You have enough money for me. I think that like if he had a track record, let's say Astronomer was only a, I don't know, $500 million company. He took him to $1 billion. Like he's a really good CEO. I feel like, yeah, you could save the company a little bit with this cutesy little Gwyneth thing. But if you get somebody in there that doesn't understand the business or isn't as dynamic of a CEO in general, you're going to lose money over the long haul. Whereas, like, look, I don't disagree that the HR person should have a moral clause. You're HR. That's
Yeah,
like the whole job.
But there's an abuse of power of a CEO dating anyone below him. That's absolutely
But
uncalled
isn't
for.
everybody below a CEO?
Yeah, that's why the CEO shouldn't date
Could
Some
he
of us
date-
are
could
under
he date
them.
an employee at McDonald's? I'm not even joking. Could he date an employee from McDonald's?
Is he the CEO
Of
of
McDonald's?
McDonald's?
No, but the power dynamic and the money dynamic is much
That
more
doesn't
much
matter.
more different than
You're
him and
talking
the HR.
about, it doesn't matter if the CEO of Astronomer is dating a girl who works at McDonald's. That makes no difference whatsoever. It's not about the actual power dynamic of one person having a position higher than the other person. What it's talking about is the culture of the company. I agree with Corinne when you're talking about the idea that he might be a really great CEO and did all of these things in order to make this company thrive. But what we might be ignoring is how many people have been in a situation where they felt overlooked for a promotion. They felt like they weren't included in X, Y, and Z. And now he's a liability. So the best thing for the company is to cut bait with the two people who are involved, because now they've opened themselves up to all of these lawsuits. And the lawsuits are coming. Not only that, but also people who have spoken out about how he basically put them in precarious situations to misappropriate funds by having them invest in things that he had parachute packages out of. So this isn't the first scandal. It's just kind of amplified the fact that maybe this guy was doing some things that weren't above board.
Erica, you talking all this business is taking away from the hotness of this
I
situation.
know, right? I would like
Because I'm thinking about them at a party.
Can we talk about why you and I think the same thing?
Yes.
Let's be clear. Our HR woman,
Former,
Yes.
was very.
allegedly.
She was very pretty.
Yes. And there, look, Erica, if we're talking power dynamics, Corinne, we're talking power dynamics, that's the stuff that movies are made of. Pretty woman, high-ranking dude.
Those are movies.
But no one watched that and was like, I can't conceptualize what's happening in this movie. We all understand that there is a social hierarchy with any job you have, and it doesn't have to be comparable. And so that different power dynamic is really kind of what sets the tone for human sexuality.
No, it doesn't, and it should not. I'm gonna put it like this, and I do feel strongly about it, because this is what happens, because I've actually experienced this. I was in a position, and someone who was in a similar position to me started to have an affair with our boss. Now that opened the door for him to start to proposition me in ways, because now
he got very
she's
greedy.
basically what she did was say, this is what I am willing to do in order to stay in this position. So now this man, and I'm a young person at this time, is opening up doors to be like, well, are you going to do the same thing? And when you don't do the same thing, it makes you think, that's weird. I was doing pretty well in this thing, but in this opportunity, but now all of a sudden I'm being passed up for this, or I don't have access to this, or I don't get looked in the eye anymore, because now he's embarrassed or feeling some type of way that I didn't respond to his advances. And when you open that up in a culture, then there's no closing Pandora's box or this chick's legs.
All
We're
right.
gonna move on. That's a button on that. Corinne, this next thing that I want to talk about, really the roots were planted with our podcast when we started talking about a website, I think it's national, but definitely here in Denver, called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And it seems like from small beginnings,
Yes.
we now have an app, Erica and Tori, called Tea, as in give me the tea, girl. Are you familiar with the
yes,
Tea
of
app?
course,
So
of
talk to
course.
our people. What is
So,
the Tea app?
So the reason we're talking about it is because the T app had a leak, right?
A data breach, am I right?
Yes. And so so let's back it up. So there's these pages called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And they have them in every major city. And you can join your page. It's girls only. They do as much vetting as humanly possible to make sure that the people in the group are who they say they are. And you can post a picture of a guy. Let's say you want to know, because you're going on a date with a guy, if anyone else is dating him or if there's any tea. So you usually will put, like, are there any red flags or tea? Or you're dating someone and they're doing some questionable, they've disappeared for a few days. Like, hey, he's doing, something's not right. Does anyone know anything? And inevitably, there's it's crowdsourcing all these women.
Crowdsourcing for potential male
Information.
Like information, yeah. And the information can go from, yeah, he ghosted me, or I'm talking to him, or he has sexual assault charges. So apparently when I joined this app for our old podcast, because I was like, ooh, like not only am I in Denver, Colorado Springs, like Aurora, like I'm in those. I'm also in New York, LA, Seattle, anywhere I got a friend that's posting, because I have friends that are all on there, right? And so I'm I'm international with this. So anyways, So the app comes out and I was like, yes, this will put it all in one place instead of me having to wake up and check all of these different groups every day.
Well, you don't have to.
Right, but that is what I choose to do. And so I downloaded the app and I was like, oh, this is terrible. So when I downloaded the app, you did not have to put your license, because I probably would have that would have been it for me. I'm not a person that like wants to give data out like that. So there was I think you just connected it to your Facebook. There was not this background or whatever that just leaked. That wasn't the case. But it was also very clunky and difficult to navigate. So someone would put a picture up and you could search, which you can. All the functionalities of this app you have in your individual group. So like, let's say I'm going on a date with a guy named Jason. I can put Jason in and it'll search and it'll bring up all the posts with Jason in it. And I have to pick from those which is the Jason I'm talking about, right? And sometimes they'll say Jason, comma, Littleton, or, like a little bit more age, something. So the app was supposedly going to make that easier. But what the app did was it was like there was this function of like a bunch of people could thumbs up or thumbs down. But if someone thumbs down, you don't know why they thumbs down. So what good is that? And like my main issue with this page, the reason I like the page is because I am a huge voyeur in this space. And I like you all know, I suffer from Schadenfreude. I love when other people are miserable. And like the idea that your boyfriend is cheating and 3 other girls just came forward and you just found out.
It's also a hotbed of a lawsuit.
Yeah.
The idea that you could put up something, maybe get it wrong, maybe defame someone and have some lies up there. Maybe it's, a reckless disregard for the truth. This is just opening.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
T must have a large group of lawyers that is ready to go up against someone that feels slandered or libeled or anything like that.
So they do, but there's crazy rules. You can't use the last name. You can post anonymously, obviously, but they have been sued, but it's never been successful. But this is what I was going to say. Your listeners don't necessarily know me, but here's my deal. I am not a girl's girl. I do not care. I do not care if something happens to another woman one way or the other, like with the dating stuff. And so I'm only interested in revenge. So the only way I would post or comment, and I just commented the other day, okay, I went on a date with this guy. Someone posted, hey, I thought he was a little arrogant. And I was like, do you like discolored teeth? Because in real life, this picture is not accurate. He has like several brown teeth. And so, and I commented non-anonymously. Corinne. But like, I wasn't really protecting her. He wronged me. So I'm like, now I'm going to tell people about your brown teeth.
Brian.
Okay.
But see, that's a problem.
Yeah. But you didn't lie about his teeth.
I did not lie about his
teeth.
teeth.
But how many people are like you and would also lie?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's a problem.
I don't necessarily trust other women. So like that, the entire thing runs on this concept that like, they're looking out for you, boo. And like, that's just really not the case.
We're not friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just for our night owls, you guys are just being, just slowly steeped into the world of Corinne. The reason that I fell in friend love with this human being is that she's incapable of lying, and she can't. It's impossible for her. So everything you hear is exactly how she feels, and it's so refreshing. Yeah, it's just who she is.
Yeah,
Someone
you
just
can also, this is my personal time with Corinne. Is represented a bit here. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, I love the truth.
It's so refreshing.
I can't stand to figure out where things are coming from. Like, that's why we get along so well, because I just want to hear the truth. Like,
and
straight,
it's so
no
direct
chaser.
in a world, Erica, where like, I appreciate feeling seen when you talk to me, Erica, but I'm not in a place to receive. I'm like, I don't have time for this.
If I want,
I want
a picture with filters, I'll go to Instagram. If I want the truth, I'll go to Corinne.
Yes, and it'll just be Michael Dean. What do you have to say?
How about you, Al? If there was an app like this for men to comment on women, would you try it? Would you check it out? And
no, because it's almost, Michael Dean, the way that I feel. I don't know how I feel about restaurant reviews, or like when you read somebody and they're like, I went, because it used to happen all the time at comedy clubs. People get drunk and get kicked out, and the next day they'll be like, they'll write anonymously on behalf of a fake person. For them, they're like, this woman was just laughing and they kicked her out. So it's like, no, I think that's you that was kicked out, and I think you were yelling slurs at the comic, and you were walked out at 7:30 at night. That's what I think happened, and so I don't trust other guys. I don't know how you behaved on this date.
So why do you trust other girls?
I don't. I wouldn't look on this and be like, oh, this woman is giving me an accurate depiction. I would think if you're on this, you probably have some kind of issue with this guy. Now, what do you think, Erica? Am I off in that? Would you use this? Let me just say, obviously not being married.
Yeah. So first of all, Julia Gray says Erica doesn't like to waste time. You're absolutely right.
It's true.
Yeah. I just want to get to the point. Yeah. I think so. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember if you were on don'tdateemgirl.com.
Yes, that sounds familiar.
Okay. So when I was
Yes,
doing morning radio.
Well, we just had Don't Date LA.
Okay. So there
So it
was
must
a
have been, like-
don'tdatehimgirl.com.
I didn't know these had been around for so long.
Yeah. So when I was doing mornings in Chicago, I would read from don'tdateemgirl.com because one, a lot of the times there were situations where a guy had essayed and there was actual documentation to prove that. And women were saying, be careful because this guy is out there. He's going by this, but he's really that. And it was a way for community, like it was community policing. And then I think there was some big lawsuit with that. The other thing about the T app that I don't want to miss is that it's a little fishy to me because they definitely were targeting this towards a certain demographic, and that was Black women. Although
Really?
So yeah, all of the marketing materials were, imagine like anything being targeted towards a Black demographic, like just in general. It's still behind. We're still very much behind on that. But there was 80% of their, I believe, it was like 80% of their marketing was targeting towards a Black audience. So then when the database got leaked, there was all of the speculation as to, was this a bigger conspiracy? So I just want to throw that out there.
I did not know that.
Because, that's a story that not a lot of people are talking about, but that's a question a lot of people are raising. And I think that there's a reason to be concerned about that.
Corinne, I always thought that, not Don't Date 'Em Girl, but what's the one right before T that we were,
Are we dating the same guy?
I thought that was aimed at like white women your age and younger and old, like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it just depends. It's not aimed at least Are We Dating? It's not aimed at anyone in particular. It's that city. So if that city is predominantly Mexican American, like that's what you're, like. So we're in Denver, so yeah, it's a lot of whites.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it is.
But like,
yeah,
I think that's just by virtue of.
All
yeah.
right,
Well,
Tori, would you use this? Welcome to the show. Wow.
I don't know. I would be I'd be really cautious. I'd be really wary that this is people who are angry at someone trying to get them. I don't know. I'd like to make.
Sometimes, let me just.
But I do appreciate also a background check on that. Like I do. Like Michael Dean wrote, there should be a background check on dating apps. I don't disagree with that. Like I think it's a safe crowdsourcing. So I see the benefit, but I also see this as a really slippery slope.
But dating apps you can verify yourself on like Hinge, Bumble, all of those. Like you do have to show your license if you want a verification badge. You don't have to have one. But the main reason that Are We Dating is useful if we're going to take emotions out of it is the only way I would know that the guy I think I'm seeing exclusively is seeing other women is when they're like, remember Tuesday, he wasn't there, he was with me. Like, then you go, oh yeah, like there's all these.
I appreciate
pieces,
that. I do. That I get.
But other than that, like any like opinions or, a lot of times it's like, well, we went on several dates. I thought we really liked each other, and then he ghosted me, and like, well, that's. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I do that all the time.
I would be discerning. I would be really discerning.
Okay. All right. Well, Tori, what's not discerning is the Trump administration telling people that, you know what, when you're at work now, it's okay to proselytize.
Wait, how do you say it again?
Proselytize.
Say it one more time, Al.
Proselytize.
Okay.
Is that how you say it? Proselytize?
Yeah.
It's a weird
I
word.
kind of say it quickly too. Proselytize.
It's weird.
No,
at work, you can preach the gospel. If you're a religion that is different from mine, maybe on company time, I might try and convince you to switch over.
No, it's like, this is crazy. So
during our break,
there was a memo from the Office of, I think, Management, and it said you can now put up crucifixes in your office. You can now evangelize if you want to. You can talk about it. But what they didn't include or think through is that they thought it would all be Christians.
I know.
So I'm asking.
They said mezuzahs.
I know,
No.
But would a Muslim man be able to evangelize Islam, or would a Satanist
I was
be
just
able
gonna say, I
put up a pentagram and talk about satanic cults? Because if you're going to allow Christianity, you better allow for all that other stuff. And if you want to go and trash on the Constitution and the First Amendment, you got to include all of those. So if I were an ACLU member, I would stick my first Satanist out there and have them go ahead and try it. Because if you're asking people to proselytize, I would proselytize the entire satanic pentagram world. And I think let's see how Trump and his Christian followers feel about that.
All right. Corinne, if you were going to try and get some people to convert,
Prostitute eyes.
what religion would you be pushing on your coworkers?
Literally that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one.
Corinne would put up a pentagram just
Yes,
to
the
like
Church
see.
of Satan follows me on Twitter, and it was like the greatest day of my life. I love them. I have the Satanic Bible. I actually have 2 copies of it. It's short. It's an easy read. But yeah, I would be. That's what I always think. Like, so I travel to Utah for work a lot, and like everyone's always making jokes about like the reverse mission trip. Like, I'm gonna ruin. And I have dated a few, and I've been like, you want to try? Just let's start with the Midori sour.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah.
It's not
You're
that
talking about
hard.
Mormons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, if that was unclear.
Okay. I've dated a few.
Well, you're banking on the idea that you're a better negotiator or a stronger, like I'm the best there is. So if you unleash me, I'll start my own religion. I will definitely convince more people in the audience than they're going to convince me.
Well, there is a rule in here that says if you're going too far, they can stop you. But at what point, who makes the too far rule? Who comes up with that decision?
Your coworker can say that you no longer want to hear about it, and the person's supposed to stop.
That's the rule? So it's up to the person to say, I'm uncomfortable to someone doing that.
Let me tell you, as someone who
up.
has worked with Al Jackson for 7 years,
We've all been
you
uncomfortable.
can say, stop. And it just continues to go.
Yeah, there's no enforcement.
Especially with this religious stuff.
Yeah.
That's very hard.
Yeah.
I just have one more point to make. That's
Uh-huh.
right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well,
It also, by the way, goes against church and state. I feel like everybody knows that. We should say that.
apparently not our leadership.
Yeah.
Well, Tori, I don't know if you saw that Donald Trump said that he did not have the privilege of going to Epstein Island, which is an interesting way to phrase that.
Yes.
But I will ask, do you think that statement will help get his followers off his ass?
No, because I just talked about this on the Young Turks. And may I say, he said, I never had the privilege of going. And it was a good moment for me not to go to the island, which is like that. I mean, all of that screams problematic to me. The other thing is that Joe Rogan just came out. And I've never been one to be like, yay, Joe Rogan. But on this topic, I'm happy that he is an influencer and someone who seems to be stuck and wants more answers. He's not stopping. He's not stopping. And a lot of MAGA women and a lot of MAGA men are saying, these are children and these are young children and we want answers. Again, I said this one topic isn't Tefloning. And it's not. It's not going away and it's continuing. So when he says words like privilege and it was a good moment for me. These are all tells. These are all poker tells, you know, of things that he really thinks. So I think it's only getting bigger. What do I say the Coverup smells like? A Seattle fish market in the middle of summer.
All right. That is one way to put it. Now, Erica, this is...
She just quoted herself about a Seattle
Yes.
fish market.
Yes.
That is
How
one way to
prostitutes
put
sell
it.
as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a fishy
And
little
they're
cover-up.
usually in the same district.
That's a fishy cover
Now,
up.
Erica, they're trying to get Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently incarcerated, to make some, I'm assuming, some positive statements about Trump, saying he didn't know Jeffrey that well. And she will, it seems like she'll be willing to do this if she's granted immunity and probably a pardon.
No, she's going to testify
for
to
immunity.
Congress
Yeah.
Yes.
for
but,
immunity. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm assuming she's being briefed that she needs to be, she can't be honest
I
about
mean,
like Trump was
Trump's
hanging.
personal lawyer, who now works for the DOJ, was the one that just went and met with her for 2 days at the prison. We don't
Yes.
really know what was discussed. Or
Well,
what
we
was
don't know
said.
because usually you go with 2 or 3 other people to verify what was discussed. He just went personally on behalf of the country.
Oh.
So that's kind of convenient. So, Erica, do you think that that would help get the MAGA faithful back behind their beloved leader? Or do you think it's like Jay-Z said, we don't believe you, you need more people?
I find this to be, what did Julie say earlier? Erica doesn't like to waste her time. I don't like to waste my time. So it feels like what we're being told to do is just spin our wheels and gaslight ourselves. I mean, at this point, I have seen more photos of Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump than I believe my father and I have together. And I'm 44 years old.
Yeah, it's
Like,
so
I mean,
true.
there's so much proof. And I think the problem is Trump was able to, on so many campaign promises, promise his base one thing and never deliver, or deliver the exact opposite. On this is actually splitting the base in a different type of way, because don't get me wrong, there is a MAGA side of the base who absolutely do not need for, or do not want for these files to come out, because a part of what they're being protected from is what they're actively doing today. There is this woman who she went viral on social media. Gosh, I wish I could remember her name. But anyway, she is talking about the culture that she grew up in, and basically making the comparison between Donald Trump and men that were a part of the culture that she grew up in, which was a very tragic, traumatic story, but it's not a unique one. So you have to imagine that there are people out there who absolutely feel as though this is their God ordained, because you know how people like to use religion for whatever they want to do, to have child brides and to have inappropriate relationships and pedophilia in their lives. So they don't see anything wrong with this. So now
It's funny how their God always tells them that. Never
Right,
like,
so
you should
it's-
volunteer more.
Yeah,
Like
so
it's
it's
always like, oh,
creating
you
a
can marry
split.
12-year-olds. Oh, I guess I gotta.
Right. But that's
You
the
heard
thing,
him.
though. If you're going under a Christian umbrella and you have one side of Christianity that's saying to take a child bride is godly, then now you're fighting within that segment of the base, because you're like, not my God, and that's not the Christian way to do it. So I feel like MAGA is turning on each other in that way, but he promised those files, and he can't deliver. He can't deliver the files, y'all. He can't deliver it. He can't deliver. Like, this is the ultimate example of pleading the fifth, only it's like, you know, just burying the files.
Yeah, he also said this is part of the deep state, and we're going to find out the deep state. And now he is the deep state. And it's like some people in MAGA are getting that. They're understanding, like, you're supposed to drain the swamp. This is the swamp. This is the swampiest of the swamps.
All right. Is it worse than the fish market? Does a swamp smell worse than the fish market?
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't know. Some people like the smell of fish.
Not a lot of people. Okay. Corinne, what was the last movie you saw?
Oh, I don't really see movies.
That's why I'm curious. I'm
Oh.
genuinely curious.
No.
What was the last movie you went to the theater to see?
Oh, Wedding Crashers. That I know.
Oh
What?
my god.
You went to the theater, like it was like
in 2010?
Yeah, earlier than that. I was still, I think, living in New York.
that was the last time you've been in a movie theater?
Yeah.
It's 2005.
2000.
Yeah. I was in New York, yeah.
You haven't been in a movie theater in 20 years?
You haven't been in Denver? You haven't been to a movie theater?
No, definitely not. No.
Why not?
Oh.
No, it's just like I'd rather stand online at the bank. Like I will not go to a movie theater. I don't want to do it. Because
I thought when she said Wedding Crashers, like I went and saw, when I was in Bloomington, Illinois, I went and saw The Great Outdoors at the cinema, but you know, a throwback movie. I didn't know it was like when it came out.
I saw it with Richard, and I still have the ticket stub, and it is the last movie I ever went to. But like, I will watch things on Netflix. I watched the Tylenol thing. I took too much Ambien. I don't remember the results, but
Right.
some people died with Tylenol.
Yeah.
and-
Oh my God.
You don't have to remember it happened.
you know,
You know those
40
cotton
years
balls you
ago.
have in Tylenol? That's the reason they
Yeah,
have them.
but it just shows you like everything that we have in our society. It's because up until then, a crazy person could just open a
Yeah.
bottle of Tylenol and put something in there. There
Yeah.
was no barrier. They're like, we trust you. All right. The reason I asked Corinne is because the Naked Gun movie is being rebooted. Do you remember the first Naked
I
Gun?
do.
All right. Who can you give me some famous people from that cast?
no, don't ask that. No, it's that older guy.
Leslie Nielsen.
That one. That's all I've got. There was a hot person in
O.J.
it.
Simpson was in that?
Oh, really?
Priscilla Presley?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I forgot. I never put that together. That was her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
She was great in it.
Yeah, she was really good.
They
Well,
were so funny.
They're doing a reboot where now it is going to be, as I'm scrolling, it is going to be Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson.
I just saw the movie.
You saw the movie?
I saw
already?
the movie. I saw a screening because
It's-
I'm on TV.
Okay. How
Just
was
kidding.
it?
It was really good. It was cute. It was like short. It was funny. It
Wait, what do you mean it's short?
Yeah.
it's
That's a
just, you
weird
know how
thing
it
to
could
say.
go on and on and on and on, these movies.
It's a
It-
comedy.
not
They go for like
Braveheart.
an hour.
No,
and
I
10
know, but
minutes.
you know how you're like, oh, they could have made this shorter and it would have been funnier. They did the right beats, the right stuff. They had really funny callbacks. It was
It
not
sounds
as,
like you are
it wasn't
making this up.
No, it wasn't as funny as the originals, let's be honest. But it was very good, and I love this new thought that Liam Neeson, and again, it's a little bit of a rumor, said he is fallen in love with or fallen for his co-star, who's Pamela Anderson. They're great together. Their chemistry is great. And on the red carpet, they look like they have love bubbles coming out of their eyes
That
to
sounds
each other.
disgusting. Erica, is it a good idea for, let me ask you this question on two levels. Is it a good idea to fall in love with your coworker? Because let's be honest, that's what they are. And do you think it helps sell the movie if you do, and if it is genuine?
I think Hollywood or entertainment industry in this regard is a totally different animal, because a lot of this does have to do with marketing. Like, are they co-workers after the movie's wrapped and they're promoting it, or are they deciding together that they're going to leverage their platforms and diversify their audience by making this big stink in this way? That's just smart marketing. Like, we don't need for it to be true. I don't know. Are they lovers in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, now it's just like, for all we know, they're method acting, and they're continuing the
I think
method
they're
acting
really
to
in.
continue. I mean,
She
I
wear
hope.
makeup in the movie.
She does wear more
Thank
makeup,
God.
but not.
So
Oh my
Corinne.
God, Corinne.
Pencil your eyebrows at least.
Oh my God, she is so trying to not be homogenized as every other Botoxed woman in Hollywood. I'm so appreciative of
She's
it.
the one who started it.
Right, exactly.
She's the only person doing it.
right, and
It's
you know
not
what?
caught
Good
on.
for her.
I love Pam Anderson.
too.
I really do.
Me
But
too.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, girl, I said it on DBL, and people got all upset with me. But I was like, no, it doesn't make you a hero because you didn't get dressed this morning. Like,
Thank you.
I'm sorry. It's like there's certain things.
You don't have to like it. Thank you.
Am I a hero right now? I'm not wearing any makeup, and my hair is gone with the wind. Okay. Does that make me a hero?
It makes it so the word hero doesn't mean anything when
No.
you throw it around for everything.
She's brave in a Hollywood world. Let's be honest. In her environment, to stand out like Alicia Keys, Damiana, I appreciate that. To not go with the Pamela Anderson makeup that you expect is a brave move. It's not a heroic.
Well, I am so brave. I am the bravest. Not only
brave.
am I not
What
wearing
would you-
makeup, I also just got dermaplane. So I've shed a layer of skin on top of that, and I'm here in front of the cameras. Thank you. And I appreciate you appreciating my bravery.
Okay, so if that's brave, Tori, what would you call a soldier that runs through a line of fire
Stupid.
to grab a?
Stupid.
You would to save his soldier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
friend.
should have let you finish. I
Yes.
should have let you finish.
Where is she going with this?
Tori Shulman.
What did you think?
Anti-USA.
I thought he was just running through a field. I'm so
No,
sorry.
so he
I'm
runs
sorry.
back-
soldier running
Yeah.
through a field was stupid.
No, I thought you meant like without arms or whatever. I should have let you finish. I should have let you finish. I should have let you finish.
Wait a second, they're like,
I'm sorry.
Just imagine what that scenario looked like in her head.
I was thinking Dirty Dances with Wolves when he like goes like this, you know, in the horse, and he doesn't. He just lets whoever shoots him
Tori,
shoot
no
him.
one watched Dances with Wolves.
It won Best Picture in
It was
1990.
4.5 hours long, and only
It was a
film critics
beautifully
watched.
directed by Kevin Costner himself.
Where did it take place?
In the
Yeah,
Southwest.
that's what I thought.
It was like wasn't it like Arizona, South Dakota, Wyoming,
that was, like,
Montana?
really far away from each other.
I don't think it was in Wyoming.
I'm pretty sure it was in those towns. Thank
Yes.
you.
Really?
Yes.
South Dakota and Wyoming have very different landscapes.
And Arizona.
I've never been to South Dakota.
Okay, I just went through. Shout out Rapid City. So I will ask. So I was just making the point that if that soldier running back to save their buddy, if that's brave, risking your life to go grab somebody off the battlefield and take them to the medic, is it equal? Can you also use that same word for Pam Anderson not coloring in her eyebrows?
Okay, again, you
Which
have
is
to
a
take
travesty. I
it-
still stand by
Okay,
that.
you
She
guys.
was very pretty with makeup.
But that's the point. She doesn't want to look like everybody else in Hollywood. And in that context, she stands out as someone brave because she's putting on her real face. I think that's brave.
Okay.
In a world that's all makeup and Botox and all that, you don't think that's brave at all?
In a world
I'm
of
about
show
to
business.
go upstairs to receive my
Yeah.
valor honor award.
Tatanka. Thank you, Christina. Tatanka.
What?
Remember Buffalo.
No, you're
Tatanka
just
and
saying
Dances
sentence fragments.
Christina, can you explain? Dances with Wolves is a
Well,
great
you're
movie.
on the show. You
Yeah.
explain
Tatanka,
it.
you're right.
Christina.
Tatanka meant, remember, he was trying to talk to the Native Americans and he had seen a herd of buffalo and they were looking for the buffalo. And he finally was like, Tatanka? And they're like, Tatanka.
All right, we're going to transfer the conversation from
it's
Buff.
Lakota.
It's Lakota.
You're just
The,
repeating
the
what other
lang-
people
no,
are
that's
saying.
the language
tell-
of the Native Americans.
Well, the Lakotas.
Can I tell a quick Liam Neeson story? 'Cause
God, I'm
there's
frustrated.
this is my very, very favorite story to tell because it is the worst celebrity encounter I have ever had. It's completely my fault, not his. worst celebrity encounter I have ever had by a landslide. So much so that like a week ago, Matt hit me up and was like, remember when you, and because that's what it was. This story came out and he's like, remember when you embarrassed yourself? I'm like, yeah, I remember. Okay, so this is what happened. We used to go to the Comedy Central roast, all of them. This one was the roast of Rob Lowe. And part of the roast, we got to go in the green room. He's a journalist, so he interviews people back there, and he takes me as his +1. And then I have a few too many
Matt's a
drinks.
journalist.
Yeah. And I try and like kiki with the celebs in the green room. And I've loved Liam Neeson since Schindler's List. I love him. And I have never seen him in Hollywood. I never would. Like, he really doesn't run in the same circles as I do. And I have no idea why. He just he was close with Rob Lowe, and so he came to this thing. So he's in the green room. And I go up to him, and I remember just being like, this is my chance. And then I go up to him. I don't know what I said. I blacked out on what I said, and that's not the bad part. All I remember is when I come to you, I hear him going, just take a deep breath. I am just like a regular person. That's not even the bad part. I wish that was the bad part. And Matt now sees like something's not going right with Liam and Corinne. And so he comes over, and then I launch into, so the green room every year they decorate like the stage. It's all themed. And for the Rob Lowe roast, I don't know why, but it was a ski lodge theme. You know, it's like everyone's drinking whiskey in a ski lodge kind of vibe. I then pivot from the fact that I am speaking at such a rapid pace that he asked me to breathe to, and I am offended on your behalf. I know that your wife died skiing, and
Yeah, Natasha Richardson.
I know.
I think about it all the time.
So you guys, we are backstage at a Comedy Central roast where it's fun, good times, and I bring up his dead wife.
How many minutes into the conversation would you have?
Wow.
2. I mean, I passed the babbling and then breathe, and then as Matt's walking over, I'm like, and I'm deeply offended on your behalf. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Wow.
It just,
And that was it. Matt grabbed me, and that my green room time was done.
yeah, that's.
I had to sit in my seat the rest of the time.
Well, Corinne did have a redemption, because if you want to replay that Tom Brady roast, I think you were the main attraction.
Yes.
They showed you no more than 7 times, maybe 25, and you looked really hot.
Thank you. I was very, very purposefully positioned behind Dana White, and that is a good place to sit.
Yeah, that is good.
Well, I'm proud of you, girl. I was about to say, I don't know if you could say that when you started your story, I was like, this is not going to be worse than your encounter with the former heavyweight champ. I'll leave his name out.
Oh, yeah.
But that.
But that was his embarrassment.
Right.
not
That
mine.
was.
Yeah.
This was your stories, girl. I just love them. So,
So
speaking
good.
about love, Katy Perry, a little bit of rebound, little Dennis Rodman going on, and that might be with the former PM, Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. So I'll ask you, Erica Cobb, do you see big things popping for this too?
I don't know. Didn't they just announce that her and Orlando Bloom are
Yeah.
getting a divorce like yesterday?
Like at the Bezos wedding, right? He had to go by himself. That's when we found
Yeah,
out.
she
But
didn't
were
go
they
to the
married
Bezos.
or were they engaged? I thought they were just engaged.
And apparently they hadn't been living together for a while. But yes, they did just announce it.
Yeah. So this is what I find. This is the only reason why I find this strange, because let me be very clear. I don't think the time of your separation or like your divorce and like when you get back on the horse necessarily. I'm not one to be like, that was 5 seconds or 7, whatever, because a lot of times things are going on behind the scenes, and when everybody finds out y'all not together, it appears you moved on, but it's been happening forever. But what I do find odd is that these are the things that happen. So apparently I was listening to this podcast, and it was like a culture critic, and they were talking about how they had just gotten come for by Katy Perry fans, because he was basically giving a critique of how terrible the tour is doing, and they were like, she just got broken up with. So that's the part where it gets tricky, because when you are just like, all right, privately we are no longer together, and then I've moved on and I'm trying to do something in a semi-public or maybe not so semi-public way, then it leads all of these questions and speculations for people to form their own narrative. They're both single people. Clearly she has a type. I don't know if he does, but now it's her. And God bless Canada and the USA.
All right, there we go.
I mean, it's possible Orlando left her because her tour sucked. and not the reverse. Like her tour sucks because, like, I think she's kind of insufferable. You guys don't think so?
I think
think
Tori, you said that he got the male ick.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I think.
A lot of people got the ick from the choreography at that show. I mean, I looked at it and it looked
And-
horrendous.
Wait. I went to the show.
And you thought it was good?
I had a great time.
I think you're the only one, Michael Dean.
I
'cause
mean,
I haven't
she's
heard.
weird. She
I haven't
does
heard
weird
anything.
Things.
No, it
she's
was
not a great dancer.
Right, but it was like
she
cringy.
still put on a good show.
I heard it was cringy and campy
and
and
then
weird.
remember when she went to space?
Yeah, and she like
That
was
did
like,
it.
and she
Yeah.
took another astronaut spot, and she was like, "This is for women all
Oh.
over for women."
She brought like maybe a daisy or some stupid
She definitely
shit.
brought a daisy.
I like
Yeah.
Katy Perry.
I do too.
Honestly, I like her. I interviewed her one time, and there was somebody there, and she was not very nice to me. And
still like her?
no,
No, it wasn't Katy Perry.
The other person that was there was not very nice. It was a hierarchy thing, and apparently I was at the bottom of that hierarchy, and that was very clear for quite some time.
We want a name.
But Katy Perry
Say
comes
their
in,
name.
and she kind of peeped the vibe, and she shut her down so hard and like lifted me up so hard, and I was like, you know what? That was like really cool because nobody had ever done that for me in that space before, and she peeped it, and I was like, and she's like, I like you, and I was like, I like you too, Katy Perry. So
All right.
she's always gonna have a special place in my heart.
And you know, as I was looking at the dynamic between Michael Dean, I'm a fan. Erica, I'm a fan. Tori, not a fan. Coco, not so much
Why
of
do
a
you
fan.
have to do that?
Isn't that? You didn't seem like you're a big Katy Perry fan.
Oh,
You're
I
like-
thought you were saying
saying
about me. I'm so sorry.
no, I was just saying.
Not a fan.
She took my story to heart. She was like,
Yeah, but no, I kind of think that's what you want with the public. You don't want to be bland. You want people to have an opinion on you. And you're like, absolutely not. Yeah, I'll take that. That's 2 ticket sales rather than 4 people being like, eh. So that's weirdly, she's in a good position.
I do like her on American Idol. Okay, I ended the conversation.
Yeah, it was over, and then you just added something.
I'm so sorry. I thought I would be softening the blow.
Tori,
Tatanka.
really? Tori, I'm going to ask you this because you were so strident in your defense of Pam Anderson. Jamie Lee Curtis
Yeah.
wants to talk about the harm done by the cosmeceutical industrial complex.
Yeah.
What are they making? Nuclear weapons instead of filler to women, and calls it a genocide. Is she over the top?
Yes,
I don't
yes,
even like
yes.
saying that word
Yeah,
unless we
right.
are talking about something very serious.
right.
I can understand where she's going with this, but you don't always have to like go over the top
Right.
with everything, and that's kind of
Yeah,
why it put me off a little bit.
Yet it loosens the word. It dilutes the word, I think.
Right,
Unless you're talking
absolutely.
about like the Armenian genocide, the Hitler genocide, Rwanda, I think you can leave that word outside, you know? I think she also went on to say that like her parents, who are Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis, would
I didn't
never,
know that.
yeah. Janet Leigh is from Psycho, if anyone knows, the woman in the shower. That's Jamie Lee Curtis's mother. And Tony Curtis is a famous actor as well. But she was saying her mother would never be caught dead in films like Everything Everywhere All at Once, in which Jamie Lee Curtis had her kind of body hanging low and was just like herself. And I think she was trying to explain that this part of Hollywood can ruin a lot, and she's trying to express a new way of Hollywood in which she's taking place. So I understand her generational divide comments, but I think the genocide went too far.
Corinne, let me ask you a question because and I'll relate it back to Pam Anderson because
I was
Pam,
just gonna say that she stole Pam Anderson's thunder. She's trying to.
right. She stole her thunder almost on 2 fronts because, yes, Pam Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis are famous, but they made their money being sex symbols. And so now, does it make it better now that you're on the back end of your career? You're like, now I'm ready to be
Right.
brave. Where was that when you were
Yeah.
23?
Right now I'm a potato, so this is
Yeah,
what I've got.
straight up.
Also,
A potato.
how many people were injured in the shit yogurt she was selling for all those
Oh,
years?
Activia?
Yeah. I have a bunch of people out there with like,
You're
you know,
right.
colostomy bags, and the genocide is the lip gloss. I feel like
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She really, SNL would be like, I pooped my pants. Like, it really
You
was.
know what's really bad is when somebody, you spend millions of dollars to associate your brand with something, and Corinne goes, this shit yogurt. And Tori was like, Activia?
We hell of a good time for that.
Yes, I mean, look.
Oh,
all
Lord
right,
have mercy.
That's a great.
Oh yeah, by the way, she is playing the lead role in Murder, She Wrote in the reboot, just so everybody knows. So
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie is taking over for the beautiful Angela Lansbury, who has passed away.
I'm like,
But a lot of people don't see it. A lot of people don't see the Jamie Lee Curtis. They don't see it working. But
I used to watch it all the time with my grandmother.
everyone loves Murder, She Wrote. Oh, yeah, it's a
Michael,
great
then you
show.
didn't have to say with your grandmother. We assumed. This is an old lady show.
I love that show.
I used to watch it.
I
with
used
Big
to watch
Mama
it too with
I-
Marcella. Come
I
on
watched
now.
it.
Evelyn and I
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Big Mama was all into Murder, She Wrote.
I forgot what comedian was like. There's a lot of murders
Yeah.
happening in this small
Yeah.
town in Vermont.
Stay away from Jessica Tandy. Like, yeah, don't
if,
go to her.
if there are 2 murders in Denver, at least the news is
Yeah.
like town of 180 people. There's 2 a week.
Yeah.
I will say about I don't remember who said it because we've gone over the river through the woods, but I do think that you have to acknowledge that there is a certain privilege to being able to make those sweeping type of statements and live your life that way.
So
I mean,
explain, please.
in terms of like when we're talking about Pamela Anderson, when we're talking about Jamie Lee Curtis, like I think you said like they've made their money,
Right.
And also
It's a fair point, yeah.
And then Pamela Anderson, it's like she was a part of like a whole new wave of the bombshells. Like she was the template, so everyone was trying to look like her. And so if she's kind of creating a new lane in terms of like I'm just gonna go natural, well, you've also been set up in a way to do that. The truth is, and this is just 100%, I'm not even trying to like be elitist about it. If you are in a position to present yourself in a certain way and you opt out from the optimal level of presentation, and that doesn't mean that you need to be a certain size, that your hair needs to be a certain like texture. It doesn't mean that. It's that there's something that you didn't do when you walked out the door this morning, kind of like
You're talking
this-
about effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are putting towards less than 100% effort, then it gives people license to give you that same percentage of attention, respect. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you what it is. Like, I came in here and I was like, I just got my face done. My hair has been assaulted by the humidity because apparently it's the
Yes.
most humid day in
Yeah.
17
Very
years.
wet.
The dew level
In
is
Denver,
66. I don't know what
I
that
don't know what that
means.
means either. I read that too.
They said that. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
it's a
66%.
it's just the most humid day in 17 years in Denver. And you could tell, like, as soon as you walked out, I was like, are we in Mexico? Is this a tropical location? But yeah, like, so when I generally am leaving my home, I'm thinking about where I'm going and what level I want to be met with. And that's just what that back and forth is. So I want people to be aware of that. If it doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter. But no one's owing that to you if you didn't do the effort that you could have done in order to get that type of response.
Totally agree. All right, let's bring it on in with something I wanted to talk to you, Corinne, about, because I had some thoughts about
This is our last topic?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not forever.
Okay.
You looked at me with the saddest eyes, like you like threw my energy off because you looked so. She looked at me like a kid that was just like all packed to go to Disney World, and Dad comes and is like, "I got laid off. Get the stuff out of the trunk." Like you looked, you were just like,
I was
"Is
having
this
a lot of
our-
fun.
Me
I was
too.
sad. Yeah, okay.
Yes. All right. Well, Tori, I'm about to talk to Corinne about somebody who's not having a lot of fun, and that is a former San Francisco restaurant owner. This San Francisco restaurant closed, Coco, after an influencer was told she wasn't famous enough to do a collab with the restaurant. And apparently she was paid to do this collaboration with this restaurant. But I guess the head chef came out, went through, looked at her follower count, and looked at the people that follow her and determined that she was not worth the collaboration in real time while she was in the restaurant. Her followers saw this, they got pissed, and as a result, this famous former James Beard nominee was excised from this restaurant, and the restaurant has now closed. So do you think the restaurateur, the former restaurateur, had a point? Or what do you think about this?
There's a bit of missing information here. First of all, who booked her? Did we not look at her follower account? And
Right.
Why
are you doing that in store?
What do you mean? And then also, you're a James Beard, whatever.
Nominee, yeah.
Don't you have things to do in the kitchen? Why are you out front? Who cares? It's one entree. Give her a free.
That's what I thought.
Like, it's really there. I feel like we're missing part
Yeah.
of the story here. And then, like, I guess it, like, if it went viral, I guess, like, he was part owner of the restaurant, but, like, why don't we just buy him out, keep the restaurant, go, like you brought a whole restaurant down? There's a bunch of people that work there that weren't him, that lost their jobs because of it.
We have seen restaurants, I remember the rapper Trick Daddy, shout out South Florida, Slip and Slide Records. He had a soul food restaurant in South Florida. Remember years ago, he made that comment on a podcast that Beyonce couldn't sing The Bayhive, took issue with that,
Yeah.
and then went after the restaurant, posted a bunch of negative comments, and it caused, I don't know if the restaurant closed. I don't want to speak out of turn on that. But I'm just saying that to say that a couple thousand people with a vendetta against one restaurant can definitely affect it.
And let's presume she was local. So usually, I would think a lot of her followers would also be local.
Right.
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 So, I don't know. That I don't like that.
I'm of two minds of this, and I want to know where you guys are, because one, I'm with Cookie here, where I'm just like, give her an entree, but at the same time, if he chooses to not do the collaboration with her, is that where we are now, where one person with 15,000 followers on TikTok, which is like 6,000 more than I have, should I wield the power to, like you said, Erica, shut down a restaurant?
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's the ultimate Uno reverse, right? It wasn't, the 15,000 followers wasn't significant
Right.
enough for him in order to promote the business, but those 15,000 followers, because that's the thing about follower counts and stuff in general, really doesn't matter what the number is. It matters what the engagement is and how loyal they are to you. So that 15,000 followers was enough to create all of this havoc, and now he's out of a job or restaurant. So I mean, it's really
irony.
It's really to be honest about, like, it's a good lesson to be learned in general. Now, you can be upset that this is what happened, but ultimately it happened because of his disrespect for no apparent reason. Unless this man came out and said, she came in with her 15,000 followers, asking for the sun, the moon, and the stars, being disrespectful to my servers and to the management, and that's why I told her what I said to her. But if that's not the reason why, it was just at the 11th hour you looked at her TikTok when she's already in your space and you're gonna treat her. I mean, essentially, she's a customer. That's a transaction. She is going to post and you are going to give her food. You've made that deal by the time she's there.
Right.
So Uno reverse, mofo.
All right. I mean, I didn't know where you were going with the Uno reverse analogy, but it makes perfect sense. And weirdly, it was hard to follow because it took me back to that place when you're playing Uno, and it's a fun game. And you just get the feeling that somebody is skipping you or reversing you intentionally, where it's like they're just like, and I'm gonna skip you and move back to, and you're like, it starts getting personal.
Totally.
Yeah, and then they hit you with the draw for
Dude,
and
I'm a
skip,
competitive
and you're like, do you want to step
person.
outside, though?
Yeah, oh, dude,
like,
I get
this is
mad.
not about the game no more. It's weird. I get really mad when people skip me in Uno. I get really weirdly mad.
Remind me never to play Uno with you.
I think we should all play Uno next time.
I'm down.
I guess in Vegas they're now playing Uno. Did you hear that?
It's the only game I know how to play.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're now playing it at casinos. You can play Uno for
How do
money.
you bet on Uno?
Wait a minute. I thought it wasn't Vegas.
No, it's Vegas.
Thought it was like a traveling thing, and then somebody on Instagram, this is the only reason why I saw it, was that they were saying that it's not in Vegas because Vegas don't have that enough security. Because for much to Al's point,
People get mad.
people get so
Damn, why is it so hard?
Okay, no, wait. Here's a fact check.
Thank you, my good.
An Uno table is not being added to Las Vegas casinos. Mattel is hosting a Uno social club at the Palms Casino Resort.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Or they did from July 18th to 20th.
What's this? What? So they're not playing Uno?
It's just a bunch of people getting together to play Uno together.
Oh,
It's
so
a
they're
social
playing
club.
Uno. Oh, they are playing Uno.
But not for money. It's not like a casino thing.
Oh, I
you don't know that.
see. We don't know.
I mean,
You can still play for money, but yeah. It's like,
And he's like, damn.
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it
no.
wasn't
Yeah,
like
how do
an approved game
Yeah.
on the
Right,
floor.
right.
I mean,
Uno's hardcore, dude. I remember playing with my best friend and her mom, and we would get in big fights.
But that's why
Yeah.
they couldn't do it. I think that's what, when you said that, I was like, they can't do it at the casino because those games can go on forever.
Yeah, it's like Monopoly
You
over
can't-
here.
That's not a
have
lucrative thing
have
for
you
a
ever
casino.
finished a Monopoly game?
Yes, and I won once, and I have never been more proud.
I don't even know, how does it end?
You
I've
take
never
everybody's rent. You take everybody's money. I had hotels on hotels. I had condos. I had freaking shopping malls.
I've never played Monopoly
Oh,
that
it's
much where
great.
everybody is out of money.
Yeah, everybody was out of money.
But then can't they trade in their houses?
No, you can't go backwards.
Yes, you can. You can
can't
trade your house to the bank and get cash.
No, I don't think you can.
Yes, you
No,
can.
I don't think you can.
Oh, night
Michael
owls.
Dean. Michael Dean, can
I
we?
want to know from the night
Can
owls.
you return
do
a
that?
house
Yes, for money, yeah, you can.
on
you.
Monopoly?
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
You definitely can.
I don't think you can.
I'll Google it.
Thank you.
Okay, here's a Monopoly question for you. I'm sorry, but when you go to jail, do you have to do you take the money for your jail fine and put that underneath the jail, and the next person that passes gets that money?
No.
You don't put that under the corner of the table where the jail
Oh,
is?
You can't sell them back.
Okay. Ooh, no.
Wait,
But
Monopoly.
you can sell it to other players.
Right, but you can't get money back from like returning your house.
That's how it works. Have you ever been evicted? You're like, I want my
No,
principal
I've
back.
never been a
You don't get money back when you're evicted.
Right.
But don't you get when you have
Thank
to, if you
you.
can't afford your house note and you need to sell your house, you might not always be selling it for a profit. You might be like, we might need to move out back into an apartment. You sell your house, even at a loss, you get some money back.
Well, no, that depends if you're not upside down on it.
Right.
If you're upside down, you're not getting any money back.
You're
from the
losing money.
house.
Losing.
I ain't thinking
It depends
about
on the difference between how much you owe versus how much the house sells. for.
Right. But we're talking, you're saying you're upside down on the house, which means that you still owe them money.
that. But you're saying my house isn't worth anything in
no,
Monopoly?
your house is worth something. It's just not worth what you have already put into it, and the market has gone down. Therefore, you still owe the bank money, even though you ain't got a house. That's how it works. It's cold out here in these streets.
It's hard out here.
All right. Well, I think we need to play. I wonder if because I would love to play like Uno or Monopoly
For just-
with the Night Owls.
Totally
and just
agree.
get some drinks going.
Totally
and
agree.
just just have some fun and talk a
Totally
little
agree.
ish. All right, guys. We are going to end for this week. Make sure to watch Friday, but I also need you to make sure to watch the new show. Where's Our Spinoff?
Where's my spinoff? Yes.
Is it Where's My
My
Spin?
Spinoff, yeah.
Okay, Where's Our Spinoff is the other spinoff of that show. Okay, so Where's My Spinoff
Mm-hmm.
coming in a couple weeks?
Yeah, it should be maybe in like 3 weeks. It'll be everywhere.
I can't wait. That's awesome.
All right, well,
Corinne.
Yeah.
let us
Mazel
know,
tov,
and we
boo-boo.
will promote the hell out of it. Erica Cobb, what do you want to tell the people?
Bye.
Okay. Tori?
Oh, is there something I was supposed
I
to
didn't know if
say?
you had anything to promote. You're always busy. If you
Oh my gosh, tomorrow. Sorry. Tomorrow I am, thank you, Al.
I was like, is that question out of line?
Oh my gosh, I was like, I don't know. So tomorrow, Wednesday, on YouTube Live, starting at 4 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Central, tune into Accidentally Informed with myself and Claudia Jordan. We have a Grammy-nominated super producer, Carlos King, who is the king of all reality. And we also will have Drew Sidora, who, of course, people know her from The Game, from Step Up, but also Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we are splitting the show between those two amazing guests, and we'll also have a recap of King's Court. So tune in to
Erica,
Accidentally
I will
Informed.
say this. I watch your podcast. I was a little offended. I wasn't brought in to talk about King or Queen's Court. Me and Sarah be watching that, dog.
Oh, really?
I got thoughts. So yes, no, that's really a really great commentary, and I love the conversation that you had with Thaddeus
Yeah.
and the doctor from Mississippi, and he was saying that she was aggressive. I thought that was one of the best moments I've seen on television in
I
a long
thought-
time.
yes,
I thought it
I
was a
agree.
really great moment. So I love what you guys had to say about
I
it.
agree. Thank you.
Yes, Tori.
Please watch Colorado and Company at 10 to 11. Or if you really want to see Tori eat some hot wings, I think we have a hot wings contest tomorrow. Then you can watch it at 9news.com. If anybody wants, if you're not in Colorado, go ahead and watch 9news.com.
Okay. All right. You said that under duress.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, just watch it, please,
Please,
God.
we really want you to see it. And I'm interviewing someone about On the Road, which is one of my favorite books. Kerouac wrote it in Colorado, part of it at my brother's bar.
Jack Kerouac?
No, Pete Kerouac. Thank you, Michael Dean.
You just said a last name, and I was trying to...
Kerouac? There's one Kerouac.
Thank you for watching Daytime Talk After Dark. Guys, I've been Al Jackson, Night Owls. We love you.
Hoot, hoot.
See y'all.